What is going on, guys? This is Miasin, and I am so excited to make this video for you guys today because I promised you like 2 months ago that I would be making an updated Raidraptor combo video and deck profile, and here it is at long last. This is going to be an insane one, even more advanced than last time. It's not going to be a spreadsheet this time because I've already made one. Go check it out, by the way. The link will be in the description box below. It's definitely worth the watch because it's like 30 minutes of like 10 plus combos where I'm playing through every single imaginable hand traps, and it's, again, very insightful whether or not you have experience with the deck. Yeah, this video is going to be even more advanced because we're going to be going into what I believe is the best way to play this deck in the upcoming format. Really good against the meta, and it's very consistent as well. You will basically never brick with a Raidraptor. But yeah, before we go any further in this video, I would really appreciate if you could smash the like and subscribe button. I spend so long, figuring out combos and optimal deck list for these kind of decks, especially Raidraptor. This one, I invested like well over 100 hours for sure, like since November or something. Since the cards were released, actually love this deck. It's one of my favorite decks, especially in, again, the upcoming format. So yeah, if you can actually get your hands on this deck, not only is it very cheap actually because you don't have to play like a lot of the expensive cards, but again, it's really slept on, and all the pro players, they have no idea how to play this deck. And if this video can get 1,000 likes, I will be making an updated live stream on this deck, and I know you guys want it, so make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. But anyways, let's get into combo number 1. Alright, so as you can see, I am playing some runic cards in this deck, but I am not playing a runic engine, which is what makes it very interesting. Not the way you would imagine them to be used for, but yeah, I'm going to be starting with a runic slumber in order to summon Gary, and that's all I need to win the game, actually. 2 level 4 monsters, that's all you need. You don't even need Raidraptor monsters even. 1 winged beast level 4 and any level 4 dark monster, and you got it, because we can go into Raider's Knight, and if this card resolves, you get like a +9. I think it's a +9 actually, or a +8 or a +10. It depends on how many cards you want to be able to play in your engine. But yeah, you're going to be going into the rank 5 thanks to the rank 4, and then search your rank of magic, which transforms your rank 5 into the rank 7. Arsenal Falcon, everybody knows about it, even some Kashtira players were playing it. So you can detach a material and then summon a level 4 winged beast monster from your deck. And Lanius is the one that we're going for, so you can target itself to search a Raidraptor monster from your deck with a level different than the monster you're targeting. So since we're searching, we're targeting a level 4, we can search a level 3. The other Raidraptor monsters are all garbage. This is the only non-level 4 Raidraptor that we're playing. Heal Eagle can summon itself if all the monsters that you control, minimum 1, are Raidraptors, and in the graveyard you can banish it and recycle back one of your Raidraptor spell and trap cards from your graveyard to your hand. This is relevant with the rank of magic. Anyways, link off into the Wystrix and then go Chainlink 1 Wystrix, Chainlink 2 Arsenal Falcon in order to summon the Ultimate Falcon. Summon the Mimicry with the Wystrix and then Wystrix trigger to get the Rise rank of magic Raidraptor's Force. They all have like a weird long name. But yeah, now overlay for the Forstrix and then detach the Mimicry in order to search the Strangolanias. This is relevant. And then Mimicry banish to search the Roost. This is the kind of Daigusto Emerald-esque effect, and also it searches any Raidraptor spell or trap card from your deck to your hand whenever you summon a Raidraptor monster from the extra deck. We're going to now go Ultimate Falcon effect, so from here on out, we are unnibiruable, and our opponent's hand traps no longer matter because our opponent cannot activate card or effects until the rest of the turn. Ultimate Falcon is actually a very insane card. So if we can go for that rank of magic, there's nothing that our opponent can do about it. So we're going to be going into the Rising Rebellion Falcon, and then go Chainlink 1 Roost in order to search the glorious... they actually changed the name. But yeah, if our opponent controlled a monster when we did that, we could have also went to Rising Rebellion in order to destroy every monster on our opponent's field. And also the spells and traps and burn our opponent for like the total sum of the attack of the monsters that are being destroyed, which is actually insane. Anyway, special summon the Strangolanias. We can't use its effect yet. Detach 3 in order to copy the Forstrix so that the Rising Rebellion can search. And then Strangolanias revive back the Noirlanias that we just detached from the Rising Rebellion. And we can actually go for a Forstrix to search our deck for the Bloom Vulture. And then Rising Rebellion detach in order to search the Fuzzylanias again. This is not like the actual effect of Rising Rebellion, it is just that it has the ability to copy the effect of a Raidraptor Xyz monster in your graveyard. Now we can go Heal Eagle, recycle back the Raidraptor's Force, and then go Bloom Vulture since we only control Winged Beast monsters. So special summon this alongside the Fuzzy, and then overlay for another Forstrix, but if we only play 2, we're gonna have to go Roost now in order to shuffle back the second one into the extra deck, as well as the 2 monsters in the banish, so the Heal Eagle and Mimicry, so that you never run out of gas. You actually really want to keep your rank 5 and your Raider's Knight in the grave, because you need like a 4 and a 5 in the grave so that you can use your rank of magic on your opponent's turn to climb into the rank 13. It's kind of like an Xyz Synchro Summon mechanic. But yeah, so shuffle 3 and then draw 1 card. That's why it's kind of compared it to get Daigusto Emerald. And then go for the third Force Tricks, even though you can do that even if you only play 2 copies of Force Tricks. This is relevant for resource management. Because the extra deck space is very tight, so sometimes you can't really afford the luxury of playing 3. But yeah, now you're going to be going Effect in order to search yourself for a follow-up, because this card is not needed for the combo. And we can just proceed to the end phase now after setting your 2 cards. This is just assuming that we draw like a random card. But on our opponent's turn, we have quite the setup. So just as a friendly reminder that this was a 2-card combo, right? It's just like any 2 level 4 monsters that you can summon on the field. It's very easy to achieve. We can get hit by an Evenly, we can negate that with the Barrage or Glorious Bright, and then we still have another form of interruption, which is going to be absolutely disgusting here. So on our opponent's main phase or battle phase, we can use the Rack of Magic in order to transform one of your Raidraptor monster on your on the field, as well as 2 in the graveyard, or like any combination of on the field and in the graveyard in order to Xyz summon. And we can go for a third, or rather second, Rising Rebellion, so our third towers. So now we got 3 monsters that are unaffected by card effects, one with 3500 attack, one with 4k, and then the other one with 53. And on summon, again, we destroy every single card on our opponent's field, so including spells and traps. And we burn our opponent for the total attack of the monsters destroyed. So our opponent lost all 3 blue eyes and took 9,000 damage. We can win even without a battle phase, which is the reason why the runic spells, they really just do not have a drawback in this deck. You don't need to rely on Hook-In and Fountain, so you're not playing a control deck. You're playing very aggressively with the runic cards as instant fusion and utility cards. So if you already have your Raidraptor engine going, then you just play with your Raidraptor cards, and your runic cards, you can use them to break boards. Like, for example, your Freezing Curses. If you want to negate something like an Appaloosa, you can do that. Same thing with Flashing Fire, and then Runic Destruction can destroy Floodgates. It's just a very toolboxy kind of like engine, but not really, because I'm not really playing them as an engine. But anyways, that's it for combo number 1. Let's get into combo number 2. Alrighty, so my hand has double Strangleanias this time, as well as Freezing Curses, Eagle Booster, and Flashing Fire. But my opponent has Ash, Snake Eye Ash, Imperm, Bonfire, as well as Garunix. It's actually a very good hand, and I am going first up against 2 hand traps, which is kind of rough, but it's actually completely fine. So I will be going Flashing Fire to summon the Gary, and then normal summon the Strangleanias and overlay for Raider's Knight in the extra monster zone, because the only cards that really they really beat this deck are Valor and Infinite Impermanence on the rank 4. Anything else I think I can always manage inherently within my engine, but these cards on my rank 4, they really hurt. It's actually the main choke point. Droll and Nibiru are absolute utter garbage. I've made like a full 30-minute long video like explaining why and showcasing multiple combos with every single moment where you can get nibbed and it doesn't do anything. Same thing with Droll. Sometimes even a 2-card combo can play through Droll and Ash. But Valor and Imperm on your rank 4, it's kind of rough. This is why cards like Eagle Booster can save your life, and you can even search this card, which is beautiful. But yeah, we can protect our Raider's Knight, and then it's still going to resolve in order to summon the Brave Strix, and then we use the effect. We get hit by an Ash. We don't have anything here at this point to stop it, so we can play through it, and the best way to do that is by summoning 2 monsters. If you can do that, then we can go for a Force Tricks, and then search our deck for the Vanishing Lania, the Simorg, and then go Chainlink 1 Wise Tricks, and then Chainlink 2 Simorg in order to summon itself. This is a normal summon, by the way, so it doesn't conflict with like Fuzzy, in case you're wondering, because someone asked me before. But yeah, summon the Mimicry with the Wise Tricks, and then go Force Tricks, search for the Bloom Vulture, and then on the separate Chainlink Wise Tricks in order to get the Raidraptor Force. Mimicry, search the Roost, and then activate that. And then you can use your Raidraptor's Force in order to transform it into a Rising Rebellion. And you're going to be searching with the Roost in order to get your trap card. And then copy the effect of Force Tricks with the rank 13. And that's going to be searching the Tribute Lanius. And then Bloom Vulture, special summon the Tribute. And then use the effect of Tribute to send the Heal Eagle. That will allow you to recycle back the Rack of Magic that we just used. So we can use it again on the opponent's turn as an interruption. And then the Roost will shuffle back the 2 cards from the Banished, as well as the second Force Trick, so that you can summon it again and get yet another search and set up our monster that we can use as a material to summon the second towers on the opponent's turn. So we can set a bunch of cards, and we still have a bunch of cards in our hand through 2 hand traps. So yeah, hand traps literally just don't really do much against this deck. It's actually insane. Yeah, normal summon Ash and then search for the Onyx. Normal activate Bonfire to search the Populace. And even though this hand looks decent, especially considering the fact that we got double hand trapped, it's not going to be enough, because we can still blow up everything on our opponent's board. We can go for a Rising Rebellion, destroy everything, and then our opponent takes a little bit of damage, not that it matters. Tries to play with like the Ponyx and then get a search or whatever. We can go Freezing Curses, negate that, and then we even have the Omni Negate for the original, the normal spell card that summons the Oak from the deck or whatever, and then tries to crash the Ponyx. It doesn't matter. Garunix can destroy a Kirin, and it's only gonna have 3,900 attacks, so you really have to be aware of this interaction. Garunix will never have like enough to destroy your Rising Rebellion, and there is nothing to destroy with that Kirin because again our two main monsters are unaffected by card effects. So with two monsters you can't really do much, and next turn I am absolutely demolishing you and basically just rebuilding the same board. Anyways, that's it for the combos. Let's get into the deck profile now. Alrighty, so here it is. This is one of the most unorthodox deck lists you will ever see in your life, but it makes a lot of sense, and again, I've spent a lot of time on figuring out the ratios for this deck. So this is the reason why, you know, smashing the like and subscribe button would really help me out. But yeah, as you can see, I'm playing a really big Runic Engine, so 3 Flashing Fire as well as 3 Freezing Curses. These two ones are the best ones because, again, we're not playing Hugin and Fountain, so we're using these cards as instant fusions only. Flashing Fire and Freezing Curses, these ones, if you draw multiples, it's fine because you use one as an instant fusion, and the second one you use it defensively. But drawing multiple tips would not be good because you use one on your turn, but you can't use a second one on your opponent's turn. Again, we don't play Fountain, so if we search a card with the tip on the opponent's turn, it doesn't do anything until next turn. Runic Destruction is actually really good, but it's less generic, I guess, than Freezing Curses, and maybe a little less than Flashing Fire, but it's still very nice. It's an MST, so why not? And then Runic Slumber has a lot of really nice applications in this format, so you can protect yourself from Promethean Princess in the graveyard, as well as the Kirin trying to destroy one of your cards. So it's really helpful when you're going second, and also against Labyrinth, it's insane. If your opponent tries to go Lovely to destroy your Raider's Knight, you can go, okay, chain Runic Tip, like before you get to do that, and then chain, use Surge the Slumber and then protect yourself. Yeah, the fact that you have multiple ways of getting the cards that you need in order to ensure that your combo goes through is really appreciated. And we're also playing some Sky Striker cards, so double Engage as well as 1 Widow Anchor and 3 Eagle Boosters. So Eagle Booster is basically a searchable call by the grave that isn't once per turn. It protects your rank 4 from Valor Infinite Impermanence, and well, I mean, not really Ash, but if you get Ashed on the rank 5, it's so easy to play through it that it really doesn't matter. That's not really a choke point. Do keep in mind though that you cannot use Eagle Booster to protect your rank 5. I mean, you can, but it's not going to do anything because it's going to make your rank 5 unaffected by your own card effects, so that you will not be able to go skip Force in order to evolve your Brave Strix into the Arsenal Falcon. With that in mind, Eagle Booster is also an interruption against your opponent. So if you're playing against Purely, and your opponent goes Purely Yeep, try to target the E Purely Noir or whatever to evolve it into X Purely Noir, then you can use Eagle Booster on your opponent's monster so that he basically suffers the same thing as you. He also can't evolve his monster into another one. Eagle Booster pretty much similar as Forbidden Lance in that context, but the fact that you can also protect yourself from Valor and Ash, well, I mean, not really, but kind of. And also, it's nice on your rank 7 in case your opponent tries to hold it for that. Again, it's just an overall really good card, and the surprise factor can really be insane. The fact that Engage can search it is really nice because your main choke point is this rank 4 right here. And you can also search Widow Anchor or Shark Cannon that I am side decking. So yeah, all those cards are for the Sky Striker and Runic cards. And we're also playing the 4 quote-unquote bricks, so Raidraptor Roost, as well as the Skip Force, the Raidraptor's Force, and the Trap card that's an Omni Negate. If you really want to, you can side the Trap instead of main decking it. That also makes sense because going second, it doesn't really do anything. It's just another card that'll get in the way, and it's just not really productive. And your end board going first is sometimes, like, just good enough. For the Raidraptor monsters, I'm very well aware, by the way, that there is a new quick play spell card by the name of Swallow Scoury. I do not want to play that card because I just don't really like the fact that it only works when you've got, like, Raidraptor hands. And this deck is so insanely consistent that if you have, like, a Raidraptor and a Runic, you're always playing. So why would you, like, give up on a Raidraptor just to search another Raidraptor? They all do the same thing to me. Just, again, you only need one and a Runic card or like 2 Raidraptor monsters that you can summon. It doesn't really break too much. Again, the only issue is playing through hand traps, and Swallow's Carry doesn't really help you with that. But yeah, 3 Tribute Lineas, this is the only 1 card combo, so you have a 33.76% chance of drawing it. And if you do, it's a +9 on its own. It's actually really unfair. 3 Fuzzy Lanius, of course, this is the benefit of playing the pure build. By the way, just before someone asked me, oh, does it conflict with the Runic cards? It doesn't matter because if you've got like a Raidraptor hand, you don't have to use the Runic cards as instant fusion. This is just like a last resort when you have to or when you're breaking boards, because you can also use the Runic cards to summon Gary on in attack position on the battle phase and then crash the Gary. Make sure you use your Runic cards during the battle phase, not before. Otherwise, it's gonna skip your battle phase. If you do that, obviously it's not gonna work with Fuzzy, but it doesn't matter. And you can even normal summon the Fuzzy, never use its effect to search or anything, and it's still fine. Like, Fuzzy Lanius plus any runic card is still full combo, so it doesn't matter. The Clash really is completely tolerable. Anyways, 3 Bloom Vulture, this is like one of the best cards in the deck, and then 3 Strangle Lanius, which is also one of the best cards, which is why we're playing 3 of the Titans, the good Raidraptor monsters. And for the less good ones, 1 Vanishing Lanius, it's not really good, unfortunately. 1 Simorgh, which is relevant in the playthrough Ash combo. So regardless of the build that you're playing, there is no excuse not to play 1 Simorgh at the very least. If you want to, you can play 3 Simorgh with the Simorgh Repulsion. It's kind of like a searchable giant Trunade. It's not too bad, Simorgh can search it, but so you can side deck the Simorgh Repulsion if you want to. I think that's the name. Anyways, double Mimicry Lanius. The second one does come up in the grind game, and the first one is always very relevant when you're comboing off. And then finally, 1 Noir Lanius and 1 Heal Eagle. I used to play multiple Noir, but it's just another normal summon that makes you brick and makes you clog like crazy when you draw too many normal summons. So yeah, I am playing 17 Raidraptor monsters or slash level 4 Winged Beast monsters that actually help you combo off. The Heal Eagle doesn't count because it's level 3, so you can't use it to make a Raider's Knight. So yeah, one of these 17 cards plus either like another Raidraptor monster that you can special summon or any runic card, and you are completely fine. And again, you have multiple ways of playing through boards going second. You are not playing hand trap, so you're never playing into triple tactic talent and thrust. And you also have a board breaker approach even post game 1, and you can break boards very easily. So yeah, this deck is very clean, very powerful again, and reliable against just about any matchup. And if you win the dice roll, you basically win the match. That is the philosophy with Raidraptor. Anyways, for the extra deck, 1 Ultimate Falcon as well as 1 Satellite Cannon Falcon. I keep explaining what this card does, and people still have questions. Basically, the goal is to summon this card when you get, I believe, sometimes it's Drolled, and sometimes it's Nibiru'd. It really depends on the context. Or sometimes it's Ashed. Like, it really depends on how you get hand trapped, but sometimes you don't have the full combo, so what you do is you summon this, and then you don't have the rank up magic right away, but you have the Wise Trick, so that you wait until your opponent summons a monster, and then you go, okay, chain Satellite Cannon Falcon to reduce the attack of your monster by 800. It doesn't matter. You're only doing that so that you can use a Raidraptor Exceeds Monster effect on your opponent's turn to trigger the Wise Tricks to get you the Raidraptor's Force, and then you can use it in order to target the rank 8 and the rank 5 to make the rank 13, and then blow everything on your opponent's field. It doesn't matter that Satellite Cannon Falcon can destroy spell and traps. That is completely irrelevant. Yeah, I hope that this clears things out. But again, if you've watched my spreadsheet video, this should help out a lot, because obviously this video is assuming that you already have some form of basic understanding of the deck. Anyways, double Raising Rebellion, obviously, with 1 Brave Strix, double Raider's Knight. The second one comes up if the first one gets hand trapped to death. You don't want to just, like, not be able to do anything next turn. And then double Force Tricks, obviously, the second one also comes up in the combo. The 2 Wise Tricks, same logic for the second Raider's Knight. Double Gary for the runic cards. Sometimes you go you summon 1 Gary in order to crash and then destroy a card. And the second one you actually summon in order to go into Raider's Knight. And finally, SP Lodal Knight, which is the only kind of flexible card in the extra deck. This doesn't really have to be here, but I guess it's just free real estate because you can always have access to this card. If you summon like Gary and then you normal summon whatever, you can summon that and then like you banish something and then you don't really play the game, but at least like, I don't know, like you're staying alive. I guess you're summoning such a good monster that it's fine. Yeah, that's it for the extra deck. And for the side deck, 3 Ash as well as 3 Ghost Bell for the Labyrinth matchup. Otherwise, we're always losing to D-Barrier. So these 6 cards, they decrease the likelihood of your opponent being able to set up the D-Barrier on your own turn, because D-Barrier is a 1 of, not a 3 of, and they need to be able to access their lady in order to get to that, and Kukulak access and everything. And again, these 6 cards are good at stopping that. 3 Soul Release for the Farking matchup. This could be anything else because it's only good against Farking. I mean, it's technically good against Salamangreat as well, but nobody plays that deck. 2 Thrust with 2 Talent. I mean, these are just good cards going first and second. And then Call by the Grave again. And Shark Cannon so that your engage can be a little better against far decks in general. You banish the Princess. And then you're a little safer from interruptions. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really would love to make a live stream on this deck because it is one of my favorite decks by far. And if you've got any questions, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.